Oh wow, the Labour government is full of absolute roasters. Jonathan Reynolds is the latest to make a fool of himself on live TV. In fact, this Reynolds interview shows how childish this Labour government actually is. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, wants to invest in the UK. But because this thin-skinned, childish Labour government didn't like a sodding social media post, they've snubbed him. Now listen to Reynolds in this interview. It's insane. This is what happens when student politics meets reality. Absolute madness. We will check this out, whilst also going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. So yeah, have a watch of this mess.
Why didn't you invite Elon Musk? You're desperate to get a company which sacks its employees by Zoom, but you're stiffy about the biggest car maker in the world because he put something on social media you didn't like.
Look, I'm not going to comment on particular invitations for particular personnel.
Come on,
but
Elon Musk is not some odd invitation. It is Elon Musk, biggest car maker in the world, richest man in the world. Why didn't you invite him?
Look, I'm not going to comment on the reasons for any specific person, but I can tell you we have 300 of the most significant investors, business figures, people who can bring significant amounts of capital to the UK. Big names, things that will make a big difference to working people's lives, and that's the criteria.
You're happy to talk to me about DP World, who sacks their workers. You're happy to invite the Saudis, who authorise the murder of Jamal Khashoggi, and they get the red carpet. Why isn't Musk being invited?
Well, I'm not going to comment.
This is you in opposition,
people.
Isn't it, again?
No, not at all. This is about who can bring the kind of investments that will make the biggest difference to the UK, to working people's lives. The fact that we have, I think, in 100 days...
Musk hasn't got a bob or two that he could put in a car into Britain.
Well, look, the criteria and the selection, this is a summit. I know that everyone wants to come. I do understand that. Not everyone can come, and I'm not going to... I think it'd be right to go through the individual decisions for individual people, but this is about what will make the biggest difference.
Look, you understand how weird this sounds. You want people to come and invest in Britain. You want people to bring their money. Yet the one person who probably has got more money to burn and would probably like to invest in Britain, in fact, he says so publicly when he didn't get the invitation, you're deciding he's not good enough. For what reason?
No, look, if people have an investment proposition for the UK, of course, I will talk to them about it. I'm not going to go through... Look, thousands of people, Trevor, wanted to come to this summit.
Come on.
Of course they did.
Elon Musk is not thousands of people.
Well, look, I'll simply say that the people coming, you'll see the scale of the investments, you'll see the opportunities for the UK, you'll see the kind of quality and depth of the engagement this new government has. And I think to individually talk about a certain person here or there, look, that's not right on them, let alone the government.
All right.
What are your thoughts on this petty Labour government refusing Musk? I mean, the same week that he announced the robo-van and the robo-cab, along with Optimus the robot. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this mess. In other news, a murder investigation has been launched after a man was shot dead in Barking, East London. The victim, believed to be in his 30s, was found with a gunshot wound in Linton Road shortly after 4:30 a.m. The Metropolitan Police said there have been no arrests made. Officers were called to the area following reports of an injured man. The London Ambulance Service treated the victim, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. A police cordon remains in place, while an investigation is carried out. The Met said the man's next of kin have been informed, and inquiries into the circumstances continue. Acting Detective Chief Superintendent Lewis Basford said there will be increased police activity in the area. He said, "I understand the shock and concern local residents will be feeling following this incident, but I want to reassure them that a team of experienced detectives are already working diligently to piece together the events that has led to this shooting and identify who is responsible." Local residents will see increased police activity in and around the Linton Road area, and I would ask them for patience while officers carry out vital work. Linton Road remains closed in both directions, along with George Street, Cambridge Road and London Road. Anyone with information that could assist police is asked to call 101 or X at METCC and quote CAD 1295/13 October. In more news, Foreign Secretary David Lammy will cave and send hundreds of billions in reparations to the Caribbean, political commentator Emma Wolfe has predicted. It comes after it was revealed King Charles and Keir Starmer are readying themselves for a £200 billion demand from 15 Caribbean governments, according to the Daily Mail. The Prime Minister of Barbados told the United Nations that a global reset is required on slavery and colonialism, and reparations are a part of that process. Speaking in an interview, Wolfe said she expects the Labour government to accommodate demands. Money doesn't change the past, she argued. It's far more meaningful to acknowledge the past, learn from history, and make positive changes for the future. Every time we have one of these Commonwealth Heads of State summit, there are demands for huge amounts of money. £200 billion puts our fiscal black hole into the shade, doesn't it? Presumably, we will end up giving billions and billions of pounds. Given that our Foreign Secretary David Lammy has been very vocal about this, he's been very critical and talks about the twisted lies of imperialism, the slaves stolen from homes in shackles. David Lammy actually supported the toppling of the Edward Colston statue in Bristol. He is also a descendant from enslaved families. King Charles has said that slavery is a conversation whose time has come. Absolutely, let's have a conversation about it. Let's not try and erase it. Let's not try and topple statues. Let's teach our children about slavery and the wrongs of the past. Michael Walker from Novara Media was also speaking on GB News, but he felt paying countries affected slavery could be a positive development. Let's try and make amends, he said. That shouldn't just be, let's make a transfer of £200 billion. But if it is some sort of development aid or some sort of arrangement whereby we say, one of the reasons we're so rich is because we exploited you guys, therefore to try and make amends, let's try and help you along your path. But Wolfe contested the point, arguing, Britain is already shelling out significant amounts in foreign aid. Lastly, Prince Andrew has set his eyes on Frogmore Cottage for Princess Eugenie, in the latest royal twist, according to inside sources. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's former UK home, Frogmore Cottage, has sat empty since the couple were evicted by King Charles last summer. It is understood the King has been keen for his younger brother, the Duke of York, to move into the property which has remained vacant for over a year. This is because Prince Andrew's current home, Royal Lodge, is proving very expensive with the security detail and upkeep. A source has claimed that Andrew is trying to secure Frogmore Cottage, but not for him. Instead, the Duke is understood to want the property for his daughter Princess Eugenie, 34, her husband Jack Brooksbank, and their two children, August, 3, and Ernest, 1. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.